So most of you who watch our videos are small businesses or you're a part of a small marketing team, but I know a lot of you are creators and some of you guys are a part of a team that is directly dealing with music or audio or video or different things like that. And so of course, anytime that we're dealing with audio, one of the best tools that we can possibly use is Logic Pro. That is Apple's professional audio platform. And Logic just this week had a few new releases come to it, and I wanted to show off one in particular, which is how we can reorganize tracks and channel strips using drag and drop in the mixer. It's simple, but even though I have a Logic background and I've used it for years, it was actually a little bit tricky for me to figure out right away. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that in this video. This is Marketing for Normal People. My name is Logan Crockett. Let's jump in. So right here we have an open Logic project. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go up here to Window, and I'm going to click right here on Open Mixer. You can also click on Command 2 to do that. And when we do, we now have the mixer open. Now, another way to do that, just to show you, is you can actually hit X. And if you hit the X key on your keyboard, that will cause the mixer to show up right here all in one window. But if you'd like working between multiple desktops like this, or if you have two monitors for this video setup, this video recording that I'm doing, I'm only using one monitor, but typically I love working with two monitors. So anyway, I often use Window and then I use Command 2 to bring up the mixer. Now in a standard Logic file, and I'm using a typical audio music session here. But, you know, of course, we can use Logic for all kinds of things too, all kinds of video projects, all kinds of podcasts, all kinds of things like that as well. But when you are making Logic projects, you have a lot of different tracks. You're typically going to be using tracks and stacking all these different tracks together to make one awesome project. So what can be a little bit tricky is right here in our basic edit view, you can actually click on any of these and you can just move them around. Wonderful. We've been able to do that for a long time. Fantastic. However, when it comes to this mix view over here, this was always fixed. And so over here, we could rearrange the order of these different tracks, but over here, we couldn't change them. And so if you wanted to change your view here, you had to go back here, reorder it, like, you know, move it up there, and then you could go back over here. Now it's reordered. Wonderful. But great news is that Apple added the ability in Logic for us to now actually be able to do this natively in the mix view. So what you can do is you can now take any one of these channel strips. So here, these are just all called tracks. And over here, these are called channel strips. They're kind of the same thing and they both play together, but this is basically a track view and then this is a channel strip view. So now we can actually move these channel strips around. And so to do that, what you can do is you can just select one of these channel strips and then you can drag it. Now, sounds easier said than done, because over here I can literally just click and just be like, boom, click, boom, done, click, boom, done. Very simple. And in any sense that I'm clicking and dragging, it'll just move. However, over here, watch this. If I click this and move it, oh, wait, whoa, what's going on? I'm not dragging it. Yes, that is correct. And so this is what took me a little bit to figure out. So selection works a little bit differently over here in the mix view. So if I'm clicking on different tracks, or sorry, different channel strips, I can click one at a time, but you can also select multiple at a time. So I can click and drag to select multiple, and that's what's happening here. If we, so like, you know, I now have 6 different channel strips selected. Now, I can also click an individual one, and so now you can see that just one of them selected, so on and so forth. Point is a normal click and drag action here in the mix view actually causes us to select multiple tracks, whereas here, that's not happening. I am, you know, as soon as I click, I'm dragging it basically. And so also fun fact, you'll notice like if I click on this one, vocal stack right here, that this highlights, but if I do select multiple, then you actually see them all selected here too. So again, these work hand in hand. Now, in order to actually move them around here, which is the new feature that Logic just implemented, what you need to do is not just click and drag immediately, which again, works over here. That's why it's intuitive to think you would do that. However, what you want to do here is very simple. You want to just click and hold and then you want to move it. Now you'll notice that I'm moving a whole bunch of tracks at once. That's because, or sorry, a bunch of channel strips at once. That's because that's because I selected all of these first. So now I can move a whole group all at once. But if you want to move just one, then you want to select the one first and then click and hold. And then you'll kind of see like the shadow kind of shows up on the sides of the channel strip. And then once that happens, you can go ahead and move it around. So again, it's not just click and drag, it's click and hold, then drag. And it doesn't take very long, it's like a second. But you need to click and hold and then drag. Anyway, and when you do that, so let's go ahead and let's move this one all the way down in front of the clap here. And so you'll notice there it is. It moved all the way in front of the clap. So, and I can, move it back. I can move it like that. And now it moved back over here. And you can always tell where they move because it should stay selected. You can see that this track right here is selected and this channel strip, I can say words. This channel strip is also selected. So anyway, relatively simple, but a really, really nice feature that Logic came out with. Again, it took me a little bit to even figure out, hey, like they have this ability to click and drag in the mixer. Yes, they do. It's just, it doesn't function the same as your editor view here. It functions a little bit differently. So once you have that in mind, then you'll be able to use it. And be able to organize your tracks no matter which view you're in, which is wonderful. Because especially here, you might want to like move stuff over if you're trying to deal with certain tracks that like are together with a group of plugins. Like you might be trying to mess with a few EQs, and so getting a few different tracks that you're kind of messing with all at once, like all in the same like side by side, basically could help you with that. Anyway. Obviously, this is just one quick little feature of Logic. It's a helpful feature. It's a new feature. And so I wanted to highlight it, but it is not at all, how to use Logic. And so if you would like to learn more audio basics, I'll be coming out with a video on that soon. And as soon as I do, it'll be right here. But until then, I'll just put another video from the channel up right there so you can check that out. And as always, I love teaching marketing. I love teaching web design and creativity. And if you are into audio and music, this is an absolutely perfect field for you. But also, if you want to learn to market your own music or market your podcast or anything that you're doing with audio, I love teaching people how to do that. I have a free marketing crash course. You can check that out at marketingfornormalpeople.com, or you can click or scan right here. All right, thanks so much. I'll catch you later.